Good afternoon, folks. I'm Ryan Pesta. Today we're debating a topic of utmost contention, this being the long-time question of who would win, 100 men versus one gorilla. First off, we have the one, the only Jack Carter joining us today. How are you, man?
I gotta say, I'm pretty good. I will say this is a very interesting question. This has kept me up on countless nights, really.
Yeah.
So I really can't wait to see how you guys decide to discuss this, but I personally will say 100 men will win this.
Alrighty. And joining us next is Kara Cologne. How are you doing?
I am doing great because I had no idea this was even a thing until a few months ago when you proposed the question to me. I'm going to be undecided because I see both sides of it.
Alrighty. And last but certainly not least is Joey Jockle. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm tired as hell, but I'm ready to answer the question once and for all.
Alrighty. This is good to hear, man. So, where do you guys think you land on this? I know Kara's undecided, but you two, who do you think's going to win?
So I already kind of said that I think that 100 men are going to win just because of the sheer numbers. Though, Joey, what do you have?
I don't know. The gorilla could get it, right? It's all about that technique. But I'll talk about that more later.
Alrighty. So I think we're going to roll right into our bone density graphic, and that's going to give us a really good idea on what people are going up against here on this gorilla. So this is an anatomy.
Okay.
It's it's pretty obvious here. You can see the gorilla, a lot of mass on that guy. Could be a big threat.
Yeah.
Looks like my brother.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of mass. And
Coming up next is also the bone density. So we can take at that.
Wait, hold up. Why are we using the best possible human as a reference?
I know, he's 6'8", but calm down.
183 pounds.
But,
yeah, you can definitely see a height difference,
Yeah.
but okay.
Here's another skeleton.
Okay.
I think this is probably more average, maybe a little taller than average, but you can see that the humans typically have the height advantage.
Yeah, no, they also do have the gorilla lifted up, so it's definitely a bit, the gorilla's a bit shorter. I will say it definitely looks a lot more weighty in the bone department than a human, so it
gorilla
will be
just
hard.
looks overall stronger.
Look at
Yeah.
the pelvic build down there, dudes.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
think
definitely
anyone's hitting it with their pelvis.
yeah.
So.
He looks like he can take some hits though.
Yeah,
for
strong
sure.
hits, yeah.
The human's gonna crack.
Oof.
So now that we've got a good idea of what the anatomy is, why don't we take a look at a short little simulation of the battle. It's nothing crazy, but I think it should give us a good idea of what a potentially okay rendering of this fight could be.
All right, let's see this.
The gorilla's just taking everyone out.
Yeah.
The people are getting back up.
Yeah, no, but look at that technique.
I feel like this is pretty accurate though, because you got the people running around the back doing jack shit.
Yeah.
Actually, that's accurate.
The gorilla's just demolishing. No one can get a hold of it. It's so strong.
I feel like it's going for the tried and true Bart Simpson technique of if I'm going to start swinging my hands and if you get in my way, that's on you.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The technique.
I think
It's all about the
tornado.
technique, yeah.
Gotta spin its arms, hit everyone in a circle like a Beyblade.
But the question also has to rise, what are these people based off of? Are they you or me, or are they bodybuilders, or?
I think they're literally just if you get the average strength stats of a human, it's gonna be these guys that are running around punching this dude.
But the men keep getting back up.
I don't know how
feel
accurate this is. My only question. Just
I feel
because
like the gorilla would probably get a little bit
Oh.
tired.
He just got.
But look at that, bro. Did you see that final dance move?
Yeah,
That's the
pretty
final
impressive.
dance move of
Whoa.
the winner.
So coming up
Okay.
here is the graphic of a bodybuilder versus the gorilla. So you can see here
Okay.
that
Definitely the arm muscle mass is definitely bigger on the gorilla.
that's actually pretty impressive. I will not lie.
Yeah.
That even a single human being can keep up with a gorilla like that.
It's pretty impressive.
So-
But then again, we're using the best human being.
Right.
Yeah. So
True.
I mean, if we're getting 100 random humans, there's always that off chance, the 0.01% chance
Yeah.
that we
Yeah,
get
maybe if
a
they
strong
all
man.
in unison tackle it and hold it down.
All right, and I just want to ask, are we allowed to have any tools for this? Are we allowed to have sticks, rocks,
True.
I think
or is it just hand to hand?
I feel like it's just best if we go hand to hand here.
Okay.
All right.
Then the
To
gorilla
keep
wins.
it more.
You
Yeah.
think the gorilla wins?
Yeah. Okay.
Easily.
So, and just another question: is it just going to be a plain void where they're fighting, in that video or simulation, or is it going to be some forest?
Okay, so think of your generic African savanna. That's where it's gonna happen.
Oh, so
Okay.
that?
So,
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. So one thing that humans are really good at is being a persistent hunter. So we don't attack all at once. We wait for our gorilla in this case to get tired. So that's why I say that we're probably going to win this one.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
yeah,
it's a good
but
take.
then they have to still beat it to death. Like, they're not going to
True.
just go make weapons.
I think it's very possible that the humans are able to run around long enough to like tire out the gorilla and then go in for the kill.
Well,
Yeah,
but then again,
yeah.
you still have to beat a gorilla to death. Like,
I mean, you
Yeah.
could just choke him out, like
But I feel like
that
the-
strong man
you,
But-
behind him.
gonna choke out a gorilla?
I'm that guy.
But I feel like the average like man like is like smaller than a gorilla, so like the weight would be a different.
yeah,
But I would also say, in our history, didn't some of us fight like mammoths? Still, like we can definitely take down something that is like 100 times our weight and 100 times our size, and we would still come out victorious. So
Yeah.
I that's why I'm still just gonna say 100 men. They're gonna win this one, man.
Alrighty, I'm glad we got your opinion on that.
Okay.
So I think coming up now, we can look at this video at the zoo where a gorilla just charged at this piece of glass. Maybe you guys have seen it before, but it's
Okay.
pretty damn impressive. It's a short little clip. It's pretty neat though.
So let's see this.
Oh man.
Put in perspective, like how insanely strong zoo glass is.
It's
Just
pretty strong,
up
yeah.
against that, and that looked like a smaller gorilla. Like I don't even know if that was like what we'd be fighting in this forest.
Harambe. Yeah.
Harambe.
A silverback?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is Harambe a silverback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no clue what type of gorilla
Yeah.
Harambe was.
And he's gonna beat 100 men,
You think?
Yeah.
especially the guy that shot him.
I just couldn't believe that the gorilla was at like shore and still broke the glass.
Yeah, they're kind of like deceiving because like when they stand on their hind legs, they're pretty damn tall. But like that was like, probably like 3 foot tall when you jump through the glass like that. Like
Yeah. Also, like, think about this, right? If you're in the situation where you're with 99 other people and fighting a silverback gorilla, are you gonna charge it? No, you're gonna be scared, right?
yeah,
Good point.
So, what's to say that these these men are gonna be the bravest, most best hunters that they can be?
yeah. I think you're gonna have at least half the dudes too scared to go up. They're gonna be like sitting there,
And then they're gonna get
crying.
chased by a gorilla.
Yeah, or they're I mean, I think we also have to take in the fact how scared the gorilla's gonna be. He's gonna have 100 dudes surrounding it.
Gorillas fight though.
Yeah,
Like,
they can.
Gorillas fight for dominance.
Maybe. I feel like most animals though would feel like they have to back off if you got 100 dudes coming at you, right?
Well, yeah, but if you're surrounded, then you have to fight, right?
So
There's
do
no
we
other
surround it
choice.
or do we back it up into a corner? What do we think?
Well, if we're doing like
Just straight on
just
brawl,
straight
head on
up-
head?
yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah.
So
I think
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting how this could go. So everyone, do you guys still stand with your positions you chose in the beginning of this?
I do. I want to ask Kara, how do you feel?
I've taken a lot of information and I feel like the 100 men could still dominate the gorilla. That's my opinion because of all the simulations and all that. Because the men like kept getting back up in the first video that you mentioned. So I think that's really how it's going to go down.
What do you think, Joey?
I think the right answer. Right now,
Okay.
watching the exact same video, I saw all the men in the end dead. Anyway, right.
But that could have been
The
100
gorilla
million.
is winning easily. Right. There's no way 100 random men are beating a silverback gorilla.
They could have fat men on the show.
I mean, you're gonna have 60% of the men being fat if we go by U.S. standards.
Yeah.
So we have 10% that might go to the gym, 5% that might know kung fu. Like,
Yeah.
You never know.
watched the simulation video.
They can do martial arts before they fight the
I don't know how
gorilla.
much kung fu is gonna help when it comes to fighting a gorilla. Can you jujitsu take down a gorilla? Would it be effective?
I didn't see one person grab the gorilla in that simulation video.
sim-
Yeah, that's why like the simulation wasn't too accurate. I would say like it was just they were just going head on like punching it.
Yeah.
They weren't grabbing
No
it. They
strategy at all.
Like if you have like I'm gonna say like 10 guys just like grabbing the gorilla, that leaves 90 other guys just like open to like hit.
I feel
head
like
down.
if you get like 20, like 200-pound guys to jump on a gorilla, that gorilla's gonna struggle to move at least
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I think weight's a big factor in like who the men
We'll probably
are.
crush a few dudes while we're at it on accident, but you never know.
worthy sacrifice.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we roll into the professional analysis of this thing now. We
Okay.
got professionals who talk all about it, and I think you should give us a definitive answer.
All right,
Okay.
let's see this.
And it's actually an interesting question. And I think we'd be tempted to, at first, to say the gorilla would win, because as the largest living primates on the planet, a silverback male gorilla in particular brings just a lot of power to that fight, right? They have tremendous upper body strength. They have really strong jaws, large, sharp canine teeth. So they probably do very well in a matchup against one human or maybe 10 humans. But humans also have other advantages, of course. So we are known for our endurance or our capacity to sustain activity for a long period of time compared to other mammals. And of course, we're also just really good at coordinating our behavior. So I think it would really come down to just the sheer numbers here. Don't get me wrong, I think there would be some very unlucky humans in this fight. But if the humans were being strategic, maybe taking turns or approaching the gorilla in waves, I think unfortunately over time the gorilla would probably get pretty tired and ultimately the humans would win out in that fight.
Yeah, but I think just a good rule of thumb is anybody who pounds on their chest like that, don't fight them.
Yeah. No,
I
if I was the
So
gor- if I
don't
was
pound
the
on your
gorilla, I
chest.
was going for her first. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think she's wrong.
so has that changed your opinions, or do you guys still steadfast?
No,
No, I'm still 100 men.
Yes.
She's wrong.
I mean, yeah, she did bring up like what I kind of said. Like we were persistent hunters. We are able to go like we're able to like keep on going even when everything else is tired because we can actually sweat things out. They, I don't think they really have that many sweat glands.
No, they probably like pant like dogs or something.
Oh yeah, no.
I think endurance is a big part because a human could keep up more of their endurance versus a gorilla.
Like having to punch 100 different humans gotta take it out of you eventually when you weigh as much as a gorilla.
True.
Well, then again, like he's not punching a singular human every single time. You know, like imagine that gorilla is taking out numbers right there, injuring people, killing people. So, like some people aren't gonna get up. They might be alive, but they ain't fighting anymore.
How-
Some people are gonna be dead. If the gorilla is charging into this like group of humans, it's not gonna take one by one by one. It's gonna take out groups and groups.
So you're still thinking with the tornado strategy it could win?
Yeah, the Beyblade, bro.
The Beyblade, all
All he
right.
needs is a ripcord.
But I will also say that video did bring up an interesting point. Like we can strategize. Like, are we allowed to have like some time to think about how we would go approach this?
I don't think there would be time to strategize, but you can make a strategy on the battlefield.
Okay, so I would say sacrifice 10 men during the thing and just start strategizing.
Yeah, just have 10 people to go distract, take the weakest, the fattest.
yeah. But
Yeah,
like-
it depends
but
on the weight too.
Why
Yeah.
would you do that? Because then that's 10 down, and then.
But then you got 90,
90
who
to
are
go.
coordinated to jump him.
Well, yeah, but you lost 10%.
You're gonna have to accept losses. That's
True.
That's-
I agree
that's
with
how you
that.
got
Losses are
go back.
guaranteed in this fight.
Yeah.
But that 10% could lead to so many more just because you have a smaller on the initial attack, like smaller group.
I mean, but the 10% can also wear it down. Like,
True,
have
yeah.
you fought 10 men before?
No.
Have you fought a person before? How was it
times.
fighting that? How's it like fighting that person?
It ain't easy.
Yeah.
You might
It's
be,
not-
I think you're probably the most similar to the gorillas of physique in here, in the nicest way possible. So like,
I could think of someone else.
Oh.
But
Okay.
what's it called? The gorilla like could easily take out 10 men with both its arms and legs.
But then they will get tired
but
easily.
why would like 10 men line up like that, right? I feel like you'd have like 5 in the back distracting, then you get a group behind them trying to jump
True.
on. Right?
And if you have time to strategize.
and like the gorilla
then-
would be like reaching back trying to get its back, but
Well,
it
yeah.
can't.
If you're attacking this gorilla, it's gonna go like crazy, right? So why do you think strategy is gonna
Well,
work?
that's another advantage. If it goes crazy, it just
Yeah.
tires itself out faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, men can go behind the gorilla and like take him out.
Yeah, I think it could. If we have a strategy, I think the men win. But if we just go in head to head, the gorilla's coming out on top. I think.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's the thing though. Like you're going 100 men gorilla. There's no time for strategy. The gorilla's coming right at you. You have to strategize while it's coming at
You
you.
sacrifice the 10 men, okay? Like that's the only way you can get time. I'm sorry.
But I feel like humans are smarter than a gorilla.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
they have more time to think on their feet too.
So I think that is going to about do it for this. I want to thank you guys for coming on the show with me. This has been very interesting to talk about, and it seems that we have a majority that the humans would win.
Well, y'all are wrong.
Sorry, Joey.
sorry.
I
Joey,
I
but-
think you're wrong.
All right. You know what?
Well, once we're fighting a gorilla,
You know what?
nobody
You know
come
what?
complaining to me.
Alrighty.
We'll have
Well-
100 people fight you.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, I'm Ryan Pesta. This has been 100 Men versus 1 Gorilla. Have a good night, folks.